wife change hair colors like every 15 minutes, like my wife does. Anybody do that? What's the deal with the constant changing of the hair color? My wife changes her hair color so much that if she ever went missing, the authorities would think I had something to do with it. They'd be like, what'd she look like? Well, I don't know. She was blonde a few minutes ago. It's getting close to the fall. She usually tries to go brunette then. Although she does it herself and it doesn't work out. She gets this punk rock and then a fucking thing going on. I don't know. Just take me in, all right? And, oh man, any of you guys have to deal with your wife will have a dream that you, okay, I see the heads going right now. Your wife will have a dream that you did something wrong and actually wake up mad at you. I can see I am not the only guy doing this, right? What is this about, ladies? We get in enough trouble on our own when we're awake. My wife woke me up and she's like, wake up, you idiot. What did I do? She said, I had a dream that you left me for some young woman. I was like, oh yeah? What'd she look like? I should have kept that to myself. Because women, y'all expect stuff out of us, and I don't even get. I was in Canada last year. I mean, I am 1,500 miles away from home at 1 o'clock in the morning, and the phone rings. You never want that to happen, right? She's not calling to tell you she loves you and everything's fine. The phone rings and I said, hello? She said, honey, there's some scary looking guy out in the bushes. I was like, oh man, I'm glad I'm not there. What you calling me for? I'm a coward when I'm at home. But they know things that like when you, the women, you know, your wives have like this thing where like God tells you, you know, anything you do, doesn't matter where you are, you know, and that probably happens to you, right? That's why you got to get counseling from Greg on a regular basis. No, my wife could be like 700 miles away in Florida at her mother's house. And I'm home with the dog, I'm watching the game, you know, I'm making a sandwich, and I'm going to commit a marital sin because she's not there. So I will take the knife, stick it in the mayonnaise jar, wipe it on the sandwich, and I'll stick it back in. The second that knife hit that jar, my phone lit up like the 4th of July. My wife, all caps, why don't you just stick your tongue in the jar? And I won't be using it again. Followed by like 10 angry emojis, you know? She does. Hey, if any of your wives gone through the change, you know what I mean? Because that's a very scary time, right? You're talking about angry, but you know what I'm talking about, right, man? You know, you have that time of life, you know what I mean? When women starts going through that change, that beautiful wife of yours, you walk home and you think she has turned into Satan. Face is all red, she's got fumes coming out of her head, got the air. It is coming to a theater near you. So don't look at me like you don't know what I'm talking about. No, there'll be fumes coming out of the head. The air conditioner is going to be on full blast in January. There'll be so many fans poking at the bed, you're going to have to strap yourself in. Like trying to sleep behind a jet on a runway at JFK. How long is this going to last? I'm just telling you, when this time comes, you treat it like a fire. You stay low to the ground and you move towards the exit. That's why they call it menopause, because it causes men to pause. Oh, hey, what is going on here? What has happened to my wife? But y'all, other than that, women are the most wonderful people on the planet, right? Because women are thoughtful, right? You send cards to people, you remember people's birthdays, you know what I mean? Because men, no, we're just going about our business, right? I'll get a text message from somebody that says, hey, McCool, I really appreciate you sending the card and the gift, man. It was a tough time. We really appreciate you thinking about us. And I'm like, yeah, man, well, I just wanted you to know I was thinking about you and hope it would cheer you up. I didn't even know who this person was. I How many dog rescuers we got here? Dog rescuers? Half the group of dog rescuers. Southern women rescue dogs like that. My wife has rescued like 15 dogs and cats in the last 20. If an animal looks at my wife in the eye, that thing's going to end up on our couch. The woman actually rescued a dog that wasn't lost. I am not making this up. I come home and there's this big fat pug laying up on my bed. Just I'm like, where did this guy come from? I rescued him. He was lost. Where did you rescue him from? In front of the house, on the sidewalk. What made you think he was lost? Well, he was just walking out there all by himself. Because dogs never do that, right? A month later, knock on the door. I open the door. There's a cute little 9-year-old girl standing there. I said, can I help you? She said, mister, have you seen our dog? I said, what does he look like? She said, him. I had to go to the formal. You didn't rescue the dog. You stole one from a 9-year-old girl. That's what I love about Southern women. Y'all think she really did that, honest to God. The Southern women, y'all are the best, man. We've been up in New York for like 7 or 8 years. I'm so thrilled, man. Southern women think, you think you can rescue everybody with like a prayer and a casserole, right? And then first thing that happens, you whipping up a casserole. I had a buddy got in a car accident, guy had a collapsed lung, broke leg, lost a finger, and he's a guitar player. I said, you know why we got in a bad accident? Oh, Lord, I add him to my prayer list and make him a casserole. He don't want a casserole, he wants his finger back so he can make a home. And the craziest thing I've ever seen at a funeral, I don't know if you've ever seen this, I'm not making this up, there's somebody in here that knows what I'm talking about. In Moss Point, Mississippi, when I was a kid, I'm at the First Baptist Church, my grandmother. And the pastor's up there giving the eulogy, or what, here you go, eulogy, got it. So he's sitting there, the casket's behind the guy, and right in the middle of the eulogy, the dude sits straight up. I'm not making it up, just, and he didn't pull a Lazarus, I mean, he didn't just crawl out and go walking out the back door. But it was some kind of chemical thing or something, he just sat straight up in the church. You should have heard your women screaming. Didn't scare me. Only scared me was all those Baptist women that looked like the running of the bulls during the Pamplona. You don't think a Baptist woman can hurl a church pew? You should have been there. It was like 200-pound Carl Lewis. Coming out the door. And why do people, do they ever come up there after the funeral? Women will do this and they're like, he sure looked good. He sure looked good. Yeah, he looked good. Yeah, he looked really good. He looked near as good as he did when that truck ran over him. Never understood it. Hey, how many police officers do we have here? Maybe law enforcement in here tonight? Y'all don't have to raise your hand. I won't look at the one I know is law enforcement. Any law enforcement in here? Any military guys in here? Any? We got some military guys too. Let's give up the law enforcement and military guys around the clock. Everything we have is because of our law enforcement and our military guys. Everything we have, and I appreciate everything they do. And I did, when I was in New York, I was at this Laughter Saves Lives foundation where we would do a lot of shows for police officers. And so I got to know them, got a lot of great relationships with them. But as Greg said, I didn't always have the best relationship with the law enforcement in Hattiesburg. And it wasn't that I didn't like them, they were just always, it was just perplexing to me, because they would pull me over and they would ask me these confusing questions, It'd be like, son, would you get out of the car and say the alphabet backwards? They no song for that. They pulled me over one night, true story. They said, McCool, they knew my name. McCool, get out of the car. I said, what? They said, we just got word there was some fool driving the wrong way down Hardy Street. I said, some fool? I just got off of Hardy Street and I passed about 300 of them. Y'all over here picking on me, somebody's gonna get killed. We actually helped the law enforcement out when we were young, because we were knuckleheads, right? You know what I mean? It wasn't that hard to spot us. It's like, my mom had this white Ford, there's people in here who've seen this chick magnet, Ford Country Squire station wagon, white with the wood grain panels on the side and the luggage rack on the top. Y'all ever seen those? I would load up all of my long-haired buddies, we'd all pile up in there, and we'd be driving down the road. I'm not proud of this, but we'd have the window cracked, and there'd be so much smoke going out the back, they thought we were the mosquito sprayer. And then the police would get behind you, right? But they wouldn't have a reason to stop you, right? They wasn't going to be long before you gave them one. Because you'd always make that fatal mistake. The driver would look in the rearview mirror, and you'd see the police back there. And for some reason, you would tell everybody else in the car, hey, everybody, quiet. Turn the big boy down. Hey. All right, whatever you do, don't turn around. There's a cop behind us. 7 long-haired heads. Right out the back. Let's go! Thanks, guys. I'm going to jail now. Now, I'll tell you something that didn't help. Remember those anti-drug commercials back in the 70s? Remember those? They were like advertisements for Denny's. Do you remember that? Because they'd have the guy with the frying pan in one hand, and he'd have the egg in the other hand. And he'd say, this is your brain. And he'd crack it, and he'd throw the egg on a frying pan full of butter. And he'd say, this is your brain on drugs. Right then, 200 people that didn't need to be driving would get in the car and head to Waffle House. Not the smartest thing. Oh, yeah. I will tell you, yeah. Because that's a true story, I hate to say. And as Greg alluded what Greg didn't tell y'all, I did get a little bit, I got in some trouble in high school, everybody knows that, right? But I actually finished high school early. I mean, I didn't graduate. I just got up one day and I was like, I ain't finished. Didn't make it to the 11th grade though, Greg. And I will tell you, y'all, the 11th grade was like the best 3 years of my life. But what happened? You got to keep your eyes open because you don't know what's going to happen to you. I never thought I'd be standing on a church talking to people, but my oldest daughter called my wife once. I was in Cleveland. She called and said, Nicole had this dream that you were standing in a church talking to people. And I'm like, well, that ain't happening. I was like, because I think she's talking about me being like the pastor of the church, right? Well, that's not going to happen. Not that being a pastor is not the most noble thing on the planet. It is. It's just I couldn't do it because y'all would fire me on the first day. No. Because I've learned to love the Lord as much as anybody, but I ain't giving up immaturity without a fight. I mean, no, my first sermon, it would be classic. I'd probably hack one from Dawn or TBN or something like that. You know, it'd be one of those moving sermons, and I'd get right to the end, You know, I'd have one of those moments. Do you ever, you know, I've been away for 7 years. Do you have the, you know, every head bowed and every eye closed? You know, right there at the end when the Spirit's moving, y'all ever have that? I'd get every eye closed and every head bowed, and I would walk right out that door and go home. You ought to try that sometime. Leave the cameras on the congregation to see who looks first. Where'd that rascal go? I bet he's home watching the game on that big screen TV we bought him for Pastor's Appreciation Day. And praying in public, that's not easy. Y'all think the pastor just gets up and prays. I have seen collard green eating country boys that can pull a pine stump out of the ground, knees go weak when they get asked to pray in public. You know what I'm talking about? First time it happened to me, you know, I'm in there, it's like I'm in this room, and they're like, well, we will have Pat say the blessing. Me? The blessing. I didn't even have one of those to the nourishment of our body things that your dad just kind of whipped out, you know, every Easter. I had nothing. You know what I mean? And it was a room, and they had a microphone, and they handed me the microphone. I mean, I am pouring sweat now. And this is how my prayer went. I was like, dear, and you could hear me breathing. I was like, dear Jesus, I'd like to come to you in the name of Jesus. I just came to Jesus in the name of Jesus. Everybody was confused. Did he just come to Jesus in the name of Jesus? Is that even necessary? You think he's a real Christian? He don't even look like him. Fasting too. I've been gone 7 years. I don't know if y'all done much fasting, you know, but I ain't been that good at that. I'll just tell you, you know. I'm just, you know, when fasting comes out like the first of the year, they're like, we're going to, you know, the last weekend of January, we're going to fast. You're always ready to sign up, right? It's like having plans with your family. You still have plenty of time to get out of it. You know, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in for the fast. I'm just going to drink water for a whole week. I'm going to pray. Me and the Spirit will get through this. I'm going to have my breakthrough. You get closer to that fast, you start cutting deals, right? Start adding stuff back in. I got to my first fast, right? I'm like, all right, soda and coffee. That's it. I'm just going to fast. Soda and coffee. The Lord is just going to give me my breakthrough. Woke up the first Monday, coffee goes right back in. I'm going to swap coffee for cheese. Soda and cheese. If I give up cheese for a week, the Lord is going to deliver me certainly, right? Or when you first find out when somebody, you know, lets you know about like the Daniel fast, you think now you can escape the Daniel, you get food, right? You know what I'm talking about, the Daniel fast, you eat like that Ezekiel bread or whatever it's called. That's not it. My wife was trying to tell me that's not what it is. It was bread anyway. So I started looking into it. So I'm looking down this list. And I'm like, let's see, rice, I can do rice, brown rice, I can eat some rice, give me some food up in here. And I got over there, and they're like, well, beans, we can have beans. I was like, this is going to be great. And I looked, and they had what kind of beans? Red beans. Red beans and brown rice. For a whole week. Okay, see, what y'all did was y'all just immediately thought that through. Unlike me. I had my wife make this big vat of red beans and rice. And I'm going to eat for the whole week. After the first day, she moved into the guest bedroom. On the second day, she loaded up the car and went and stayed with her mother. The third day, the dog jumped the fence and turned herself into an animal shelter. She got there, she was like, don't bother checking the microchip. I can pick up the sent home. I just need a place to crash till the end of the week. So my owner gets his spiritual breakthrough. And mission work. I've never been that good at mission work. I want to do mission work. You know what I mean? And I tell her all the time, I'm always, You know, my pastor knows I'm always the first guy to sign up for stuff when it's like months away. But I would love to go on the mission work. But I have the same problem every year. You know, they come to me and they're like, well, you want to go on the mission trips this year? I'm like, well, where are we going? Well, we got one group going to Haiti and the other going to India. What else you got? Anybody going to like St. Lucia? Anybody going to a full-service hotel or something? Surely there's some heathens in like Monaco or the coast of France that need saving. Send me to the coast of Marseille. But I'll stay the whole summer and I'll witness to everybody. They'll have a statue of me, 100 years from now. I have on my little Under Armour shorts and my aviator Ray-Bans, sunscreen and the Bible, St. Pat. I had to get St. Pat because St. Patrick was taken, the guy that ran a bunch of snakes out of Ireland or something like that, right? Hey, have any of y'all been to St. Patrick's in New York? How many of you? Sure, you've been to St. Patrick's, right? Or you haven't, you're just helping me out, right? No, you have. I know you've been there. It's a beautiful church. This is great cathedral. But it's like you walk into the church and you look over to the right and they got a gift shop. I'm not talking about like the little coffee you serve out front, but they have an actual gift shop. So the first time I'm like walking in, you've probably been to St. Pat's, right? Go to the Catholic church. I mean, I didn't know what I walked in there. I'm like, hey, what are y'all selling in here? Y'all got any Pope symbols? Hey, little popcorn. Be a good item, big seller. Maybe some little Pope sauce. Little Pope on the rope. Not a bad idea. Remember when we had back in we got the English lamp? Remember the soap on the rope? John, getting that for Christmas? Remember when you remember getting the soap on the rope? Yeah, I got the soap on the rope the first time, put that stuff around my neck. Because I didn't realize you were supposed to hang it from the thing and you could take it off and wash yourself with it. I thought it was like a way of like a gang symbol in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? I put the stuff on like, what's up? You got some soap on the rope. English leather. It's clean like hair up. Represent. Borrow some of my older brother's high karate to cover the rest of myself, and I ain't figured out that you can take it off your neck, you can wash the rest of your body. That is a true story. And germ freaks, I'm going to tell you, you'll appreciate it. Germ freaks can't be Catholics. No, they can't. Follow me. Because it's like the way you take communion, right? Because like the way we take communion, we'll have like the guy back there sloshing all the grape juice around, you know what I mean? When you get out, like, you ever have the deal, when they bring out the pre-made packets of grape juice, and you can't, and like you get the bad batch and you can't get into them, you know what I mean? Everybody's out there struggling to get the Lord's blood out of the little thing right there, and then the pastor has to get up and make an announcement, oh, we're having a little trouble. We used a discount vendor this time. When we had to do it, everybody was tithing like they were supposed to. If any women have nail files in their purse, they would open up the Lord's blood and pass the nail file down. We will get on with the communion, right? After you pop the wafer off the top. Catholic Church doesn't do that, right? Everybody goes up to the front, kneels down, the guy comes by with the chalice. Right? And you were drinking out of the same mug, right? Not mug, what is it called? The chalice, right? My wife is such a germ freak that if we crawled across the desert and I found one bottle of water and took the first swallow off of it, she would just die of thirst right there on the spot. She would not put her lips. So we go to this wedding, and it's at the Catholic Church. And we're going to take communion. Beautiful, taking communion. Everybody come down. Where are we going? That's fine. We think we're going to go down, and we're all going to kneel down and get our packets. We go kneel across there, and the guy starts pouring the wine, and he's just wiping it with a little napkin, right? the next person. I look over at my wife and I think she is about to pass out. Her eyes are as big as saucers. You know, I don't know how she's going to handle it, right? But she's going to put her lips on that child that half this church has already done. And I can just say, Jesus. All of a sudden, I see a poem come over her. So they get out there, they come walking, the guy hands the chalice to her. She calmly reaches in her purse and pulls out a hospital straw.